this is my fifth or sixth interview in the past month where I shared the same haircut and beard, which is crazy. You can go to WP Legends and you can see
It,
pictures.
it looks like this is your default haircut, man, and you're just like to tell us that it's not.
Unbelievable. What if you could solve real store owner pain and turn it into a global product suite? Today's guest did just that, starting from support, now crafting tools used by over 170,000 WooCommerce stores. Welcome back to WP Legends. I'm Gautam, the co-founder of Seahawk Media, and I'm delighted to sit down with Omar Dabas, CEO and co-owner of WP Factory, the team behind 60 plus WooCommerce and WordPress plugins used on 170,000 sites globally, backed by teams in Jordan, Lithuania, and Brazil. Omar, originally from Jordan, began in tech support after studying computer science. In 2013, WP Factory took shape as a collective plugin effort led by Tom and Pablo. Omar, along with Abdul Hamid, joined to expand the brand's strategic vision and user-first design ethos. This year, WP Factory took a major leap by acquiring Extend WP in March and Woo Be Woo, I love that name by the way, adding dozens of store enhancing plugins to their portfolio and doubling down on performance reporting and customization solutions. Their mission to deliver a cohesive toolset that scales with store growth from inventory and pricing to marketing and UI, all while managing a team across several time zones. Omar, welcome to WP Legends. Let's start from the beginning.
Thanks, thanks, Getam. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. So the beginning is like, as you said, it's 2013. Tom, he
Mm-hmm.
started by solving a problem for his own. So he
Mm-hmm.
thought then, why wouldn't I make this as a plugin? And he started to sell it at $5. It made a sale. So it was a signal for him. Yeah, we still have that order. We still have it. It's $5, 4.99. So yeah, it started like that. Then he liked it, kept creating more plugins. Then 4 or 5 years later, he was joined by Pablo as a co-founder. I met Pablo online on what a dating app, a website selling app. It's Flippa.
Okay.
I met Tom and I acquired several plugins from him back in 2019. A long story short, I returned the plugin as when I expanded these plugins into solid plugins. He liked the approach. He told me, why don't we merge our efforts, bring some more expertise, and kick it off from there? And this happened in 2023. I was
Mm-hmm.
co-joined by co-founder Abdul Hamid. He's also from Jordan. So we're two people from Jordan. Pablo's from Brazil and Tom is from Lithuania. We joined our forces and here we go as WP Factory today.
Amazing. So how many plugins? Because I was on your website, the other day because I was doing some research on you. I've never met you before, but I was like one, two, three, four, and I stopped counting. Like, how many plugins do you have
Yeah, yeah,
exactly
yeah.
now?
We have 65 as WP Factory itself. We
Okay.
acquired Extend WP in March, and there was
Mhm.
19 plugins there. We didn't migrate them all to our
Ah.
collection. We only took seven, the best
Mhm.
seven, and we merged them into WP Factory. So we have 73 or 72 currently on WP Factory, and we have also six plugins from WooBeWoo. Yeah. So yeah, we have almost around 80 plugins now. But as you can tell, there are 80-20 rules. 80% of the revenue comes from 20% of
Of
these
course.
plugins.
That's pretty cool. So one thing I'm curious about, you started personally in technical support. How the hell did you get into plugins?
I don't know. You know what? Let me tell you a secret. You'll laugh. In
Mm.
2019, I've been using WordPress for since I think 2013, but I've never managed to build a store. So
Mm.
I was aware of what is WooCommerce. It's an e-commerce store tool. In 2019, when I wanted to purchase the plugins from Tom, I didn't know that WooCommerce is a plugin that's built on WordPress. I thought it's a separate. That was
Ah.
2019. Yeah. So I took a chance. I took my chance. I have some money to invest. Let me do it. I can understand how things work. I can hire a developer. And honestly, it starts from there. 2019, maybe it was my luck because in COVID, you know what happened for all
I
e-commerce
know, I know.
businesses. Yeah, we
I know.
skyrocketed. So this happened exactly in later 2019, just like 6 months before COVID hit. So it was a bit of luck, a little bit of research, and maybe the rest goes on for what we have done in the past
So,
few
so
years.
this year, when you got Extend WP and WooBeWoo, this is considering the roadmap, the growth journey, and no stopping you when it comes to WooCommerce, which leads me to another question. Everything what you do is around for the love of Woo. Is that correct? Mostly.
Yeah, yeah. We are building our ecosystem around WooCommerce because we believe the future is e-commerce
Oh,
rather than just
yes.
simple. Yeah, it's the future is e-commerce. Even with what AI will do, it will still any LLM, any AI tool, it will still, even if they start selling inside ChatGPT, they will have to read from your own store. And the future is e-commerce. You will not go to buy from any brick and mortar store anymore. So
So
that's
how do
our
you
main focus. Yeah, go
got it?
ahead.
So how do you manage so many plugins? Like how big is your team? Like give us a little insights on that.
Yeah, actually, we are a very small team, to be honest, compared with the other
Mhm.
companies in the same field. We are four co-founders. I'm managing several parts: operation, marketing,
Of course.
technical support. I oversee this. Abdul Hamid is coming from a complete UX and design perspective and also growth. He's
Hmm.
super in growth. The
Hmm.
other two co-founders, Pablo and Tom, they are completely technical people, pure developer with more than 20 years experience for each of them, each one
Hmm.
of them. So the rest, we have another two developers, one technical support, and two in the marketing team. So we are just 11 people.
That's
How we are
pretty
managing
cool.
it? Yeah, it's very challenging. The team is working on their own. So we have people from Vietnam. Actually, we have one in Malaysia. We have one in Brazil. So you can tell the time difference between, and we were it's a pure remote setup for everyone. So they are managing. The thing that helped us, I think, mainly is the operations. We mastered operations, how things should work. When a ticket comes, one, two, three. When
Mm.
we want to make a collaboration, this is one, two, three. This makes it much faster for us to redo the same stuff faster than before.
But here's the fun part. I respect companies with lean teams, because at the end of the day, see, the goal is to stay profitable so that we can continue to ship great products and update great plugins, etc. But tell me something, considering AI is happening, considering the way Shopify is evolving, and I know, when it comes to WooCommerce, Shopify is considered one of the largest competitors in the space, undoubtedly. So, what are your thoughts about that? Considering that Shopify is always a threat, I would love because this is something which always comes to my mind. Your personal perspective, because whatever you do is around WooCommerce. So, your business
Yeah.
is growing. I know your business is growing. You're acquiring new plugins. So that means WooCommerce is not going anywhere. But do you see any hindrances with respect to Shopify?
So, okay, here's a fun question. Can you convince an Android guy to move to Apple?
Oh my God, they always shit about Apple.
Exactly. The other way around. Can you have an iPhone guy use an Android phone? It will never happen. So
Not 10
Shopify,
years. I can't go to Android,
exactly.
only
I think
Apple.
it's you have to either go WooCommerce or to go Shopify. Shopify is taking a huge part of the industry market share of the e-commerce.
Mm.
But I think
Mm.
Shopify is built for people who want to go up and running in 10 minutes, start selling without any customization. So whoever going to Shopify, they will stick there. Okay, they'll stick
Hmm.
there. The challenge in WooCommerce is a bit more. It's standing in between the complete open source or the
Hmm.
hard to use tools, and it's sitting in the middle. So those who want a little bit of customization without advanced technical knowledge, they will go WooCommerce. Our approach
Okay.
that it will still WooCommerce, it's still dominant. It will not be competing directly with the Shopify. Not I mean directly, it will compete, but it's not like Google and Android and iPhone. Who love this will never use that, and who loves that will never use this.
I
So I think
see.
they will walk
That's a
in
good point.
parallel.
I think that's a
Yeah, they
good point.
will
Both will grow. Both will grow in their own
in
space with their
parallel.
own,
Yeah,
yes, they have their own fan base. I completely agree with you.
exactly.
But I think I need to remove my hat so I can match we can show the crowd our matching haircuts. But I need to go to a
Okay.
barber because I was in India and didn't get time. So funny. And
Okay.
by the way, before I forget, this is my fifth or sixth interview in the past month where I shared the same haircut and beard, which is crazy. You can go to WP Legends and you can see
It,
pictures.
it looks like this is your default haircut, man, and you're just like to tell us that it's not.
Unbelievable. Anyways, I think one thing which comes to my mind with respect to WooCommerce and WordPress, and I don't know how, WordPress core or you or other companies are going to solve it, is the getting started. Okay, see, I'm not a technical person. Okay, I know so many people and I know a lot of people, especially in the fashion space, who want to start their shoe brand or socks brand or clothes brand. They always go to Shopify because they find it easy to get things going. I wonder, like, what do you think, is going to happen in the next few years with respect to getting things going, like that with the click of a button? Because and correct me if I'm wrong, WP Factory, are most of your customers agencies or you get direct customers also? So it's kind of linked to
That,
that.
I know. I think mainly, I don't have the exact figure, but the vast majority is direct customers, not agencies.
Really? Wow, that's the
Yeah.
first I'm
Yeah.
hearing. That's pretty cool. So people
Yeah.
will
And
already
actually,
have
this is
WooCommerce
very
tools.
common in Europe. This
Okay.
is from our analysis. It's very common in Europe to build your own website without the need of an agency. That's more common than the US. The US, you go Shopify or you go with agency.
Interesting.
In
So
Europe, it's
so if somebody's starting a fashion brand, they should install WordPress, WooCommerce, get a theme, whatever they want to do, and then they can, supercharge it with WP Factory suite of plugins one at a time. What's your pricing strategy? I haven't looked into it extensively. If you want to tell our audience.
yeah, we have most of our plugins are priced at $60 per year.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
top selling 20 plugins, and the rest goes from 40 and $50,
Mm.
49.99. We
Mm.
have several. We have all access actually. It's the all access club. You can get access to the 73 plugins currently at 250.
Okay.
Which sounds very attractive for agencies mainly, and we
Okay.
noticed that especially when we reintroduced the lifetime licenses very recently. We got
Okay.
a good number of sales for the lifetime licenses. So yeah, back to your question. This is fashion, and I can tell this exact persona,
Mm.
they will
Mm.
have a hard time using WordPress and WooCommerce. To be honest,
Mm.
that's why they will
Mm.
go with Shopify. How I see this will be fixed in the uh, built in the next few years. I think with prompts, wizard, you will
Okay.
just a prompt will give you three, four examples of websites
Okay.
that you like. You will pick this one or that one, what you would like to do, because the current out of the box WordPress is like way too far from what a fashion designer want their website to look like.
I see. I
On the
see.
contrary, yeah, Shopify can be good to go with basic
Hmm.
touches. So what WooCommerce needs, it's a prompt or a wizard, okay, that will give you several examples and it will build menus, footer, layout, colors. You can just upload the logo and it will figure out the colors. Just break the blank page, the default home page for WordPress. If you break this problem for users, I think it will take them 10 steps further towards having a nice and good.
Like a lovable kind of a
Exactly.
technology in WordPress,
Exactly. Integrate
right?
it into that. Just tell me what's your color or what's your logo, what you'd like, what websites you'd like. It will analyze the look and feel of this website and suggest you a ready-made template, not just import one by one and get Spectra or get starter templates or get whatever. You know what I mean here.
I see what you mean. So your suite covers so many WooCommerce things. Like, is there a strategy on acquiring plugins, are you building
Uh,
something in the background? How are you
uh,
prioritizing? I think that's my question.
uh,
How are you
yeah,
prioritizing?
actually, it happened on spontaneously, I think. Yeah, we started looking for some plugins earlier this year. We found
Okay.
actually we the both of the acquisitions happened on Flippa, which I met Tom
Tom,
on five
yeah.
years ago. Six, yeah. This year it happened that we acquired Extend through Flippa as well as Woobiwoo on Flippa.
Hmm.
The thing is that we have spent a lot of we have invested a lot in building the team culture as well as the
Of course.
operations inside using a plugin A, not plugin B. We mastered using one, two, three. So that started, okay, we invested all that in WP Factory. We should expand because we have done the hard part, building an operation team, and you know what I mean, because operations building something like in the vines of the team, it's the hardest part. Then I can just tell them, guys, we have a new project, 1, 2, 3. We have a new website, 1, 2, 3. So our acquisition strategy here starts with: is it profitable? Is it mainly the competition? Can we
Of
compete with
course.
what's currently? And most importantly, does it offer that plugin something that could be replaced by a built-in feature by WooCommerce?
Ah, good point. Good point. Very good point. Because
Exactly.
it is a pretty
If
crowded place.
it's
It is a pretty crowded place, and there are a lot of players.
exactly
That is for
exactly.
sure.
So for WooBeWoo, the flagship is the filter plugin. The filter
Hmm.
plugin, we have almost 10 competitors from big names: Husky, Woof, Yeeth, Barn2. We have several competitors, but at least we can compete in in this area, but not having a tick box by WooCommerce that enables this tomorrow. So
That's
that's the
true.
most important thing, that yeah, you cannot be replaced with a tick option from WooCommerce.
I think this everybody can coexist. I was speaking with somebody the other day, and I gave
Definitely.
this example. I live like very close to this street in London called Queensway, and there are like 7 cafes there. Okay, and 3 just popped up in the past 6 months, and believe me, all of them have crowd. All of them have
Exactly.
people. All of them have a fan following, and 3 of them have apps and loyalty programs, including a Starbucks there
Wow.
also. But everybody's doing well. Everybody's coexisting. Everybody's selling the same flat white or a cold brew or whatever you want. But everybody's selling. Everybody has their own
Yes.
fan following. I think it's the fan following. That's one thing. And ease of use and the convenience of what they're offering. So I think the way this is growing is not going to go anywhere. I don't think so.
Yeah. If there's a need, there's a place for everyone. Okay. If there's a huge need, and we're talking about, for example, the filter plugins. How many WooCommerce are out there? Tens of millions,
True.
5 millions plus, more than 10 million. I don't know. So the 10 million, if 10% of these people need a specific feature, that's
True.
enough for 10, 15, 20 company to compete in that area, and the pie will be enough for everyone. So
I
yeah,
see.
I think we can easily coexist, but still there will be a lot of competition. So if you look back at how plugins were in 10 years ago, and honestly, always I'd like to watch the competition between Rank Math and Yoast, because I've been
Mm.
following both brands since forever. It made the ecosystem much healthier, to be honest. I saw that Yoast was just it's taking, I don't know
You
the
should also
exact
look
number,
into
but the
all-in-one
majority.
SEO. You should also look into all-in-one SEO. The three
Of
big
course,
ones, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah,
Exactly. All-in-one SEO,
yeah,
it's a big one by
yeah,
Sayed as well. So
yeah.
I know the competition is healthier for the ecosystem itself. We have seen progress in development for these companies much more faster than what happened in between 2010 and 2020. The
It's
past
mental.
5 years
It's
it's
mental.
exactly.
Crazy.
It's crazy because if you were in a monopoly, okay, you will
Yeah,
be pricing at your own based on your own mind. You will create plugins or features based on your own priorities. But when you have a competitor who's doing good, it will be better for at least the end user at the end of the day, where they will
true.
fight to make plugins better and make more free options for everyone.
I think that's true. That's very important. And I have something which is coming to my mind because I can't forget. I was speaking with somebody at my gym the other day. He was launching a fashion brand. Okay. And
Mhm.
here's the fun part. He's launching something to do with hoodies and t-shirts. Okay. And he was doing a
Okay.
research on about 300, 400 of his potential competitors in the UK. Now, here's the fun part. He looked at technology on Builtwith to see on what technologies his 300, 400 competitors are on Shopify versus WooCommerce. Okay. And can you guess how
Okay.
many? What was the percentage? Can you just wild guess? Wild
In
guess.
hoodies,
In t-shirts and clothes.
t-shirts, and clothes,
Under $100 brands, £100 brands. Can you guess? Wild
uh,
guess?
I think 70% were WooCommerce and 30 Shopify.
It was 95% Shopify, actually. You know? Yes, yes.
95 Shopify?
That means
Wow,
now
that's
this is something
crazy.
which I want to discuss with a person like you because you're so hyper focused on Woo. Okay, your company. Now, why?
Wow.
And I looked into them also with this guy because
Are they
he's
based in UK? They're
yes,
based in
UK,
UK? Wow.
UK based. 95%. I can
Oh,
I
wow.
can bet my life. Go to google.co.uk, search for black hoodie, and go randomly open
All of
50
them should.
websites. I think all of them will be Shopify.
Wow.
That means
That's
that
scary.
means that's scary, but there's also a massive opportunity.
A potential. A potential. Yeah, man.
Yes, yes. But I wonder. Then I started wondering, like, why is it happening? And I always come back to that thing which we just discussed. It's because of the ease of getting
Ease of
going.
use. Yeah. Yeah,
These
indeed.
the young, super young kids are starting 18, 20, 25-year olds starting fashion brands, jewelry brands online, and they are sourcing
Indeed.
from Alibaba, China, or India, or Vietnam, and they don't have too much capital. So, and they don't want to find a developer to help them set up on WordPress, WooCommerce, get all that going. So I believe and I wonder and I think something needs to happen with WooCommerce, especially very quickly. Maybe somebody
Indeed,
like
I
WP,
promise.
I think somebody like Omar Davas from WP Factory should start a revolution
I
or
hope.
somebody to so that you can click a button and with $50 a month or $100 setup fee, you just launch a WooCommerce store or something like that. You and I should have a chat after this podcast. Maybe you and I should
We
work
will do
together
this.
on this.
It's not too far. Guado, it's not too far. With the
Yeah.
amount, with the tools and the advancement that's happening in the AI area and the vibe coding, I'm like you. I'm not a developer at all, but I've played around with some tools and I was able to manage a basic stuff. What if a super developer used these tools? Prompting,
Mm.
as you said, lovable. It's not too far. I'm pretty sure 100% someone is cooking this under. It's being cooked somewhere. So maybe in a month or 2 or 3 months, we will see a big name coming. Oh yeah, you can just onboard your WooCommerce store in 10 minutes. That would be a massive
I agree.
uplift for WooCommerce industry.
I agree. And is any of your plugin, are you including some sort of AI tool already or is already there or something with any of
Not yet. We have one plugin, but it's still in draft for we acquired from WooBeWoo. It's a content creator, but it's not as we want. So
Mhm.
we took it as a draft. It's just an API with ChatGPT. It's not something super.
I got it. I got it. See, you are in Jordan time zones and your team is all over the world. So are you personally a night owl? Do you work early morning? Tell me about your daily routine.
I start at 10 a.m.
All right.
I work at 5 in the office. Then I go back, meet the family 3, 4 hours. Then I continue at later at night.
Oh, so
Because the
some of your team is
Brazilian,
in Jordan? Some of your team is in
yeah,
Jordan as
yeah,
well?
yeah. Three
All right.
people. Yeah, 3 in Jordan, 2 in Egypt, 2 in Vietnam, Lithuania, Brazil, and one in Indonesia, and one in
Got it.
the South Sudan. In
And do you
Sudan,
will
actually, not South Sudan.
amazing. And do you visit any events like domain days, WordCamps and stuff like that as well?
I not yet. I haven't had a chance to visit one of these, but yeah, it's on my roadmap for at least either Q4 or Q1 on 2020,
Next year,
2026.
the US one is just next month, so maybe you don't have time. But next year
No, I don't
once,
think so.
you should plan the Poland one, which is very cool, WordCamp Europe, which is in Poland. And I'm actually chanting this out on every podcast. WordCamp, a sponsorship team should hire me because I'm talking about it. I'm talking about how important WordCamps
I'll let
are.
them know. I'll let them. Yeah, that's super. That's super
So
good.
WordCamp Europe next one is in Poland, and that's going to get a good crowd. But the Asia one is in Mumbai, India, which you should not
Okay.
miss. Yes, which you should
Should
not
not.
miss.
Okay. Which will happen in which month?
Oh, I don't know. Just
WordCamp.
Google it. I can't even remember now.
Yeah, WordCamp Mumbai.
You'll see. You'll see. It's pretty cool. It's very, very popular, and
Yeah, I would love to.
you're gonna holiday and great food, of course. Needless to say.
Yeah, indeed. I would love to meet. If you're going to one of these, I would love to meet you in
Oh,
person.
I'm always there.
Hopefully,
I'm always there. I am always there at the big ones as much as I can because I believe in the power of connections. And I think
indeed.
Seahawk Media, my agency, got one of our largest contracts because of going to a WordCamp five, six
Wow,
years ago. Yeah. So you never
amazing.
know. So you just never know. You just never know,
Okay, that's a promise from me live on camera. I'll meet you in either Poland or Mumbai next year. Okay, that's a
I would love
promise.
to I would love to see you over there soon. So which leads, I
Amazing.
think I think you're so bullish on WordPress and WooCommerce ecosystem already. Okay. I
Yeah, I
always
love it.
ask people, where do you think WordPress is going in 5 years? But I actually know your answer already. But in your words, where do you think the entire WordPress is going in 5 years from now? Not 10, not two, like 5 years. Of course, the AI features, all that is happening, undoubtedly. And the core is becoming stronger. But what do you hope, in your personal words, that WordPress should achieve in 5 years and will achieve?
5 years is too long in the
I
AI
know,
era.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's way too long now. But what I wish, because when a tool is used by 45% of the whole global
Yeah.
websites, it's not easy to change this. So you need a disruptive technology working for several years just to take out the blanket from the WordPress ecosystem. So I believe WordPress will still be the dominant
Hmm.
CMS tools globally. It might maybe not keeping 45% because we have a lot of competitors, but where I'm seeing it heading, I'll see it more adapting with easier onboarding, easier changing. It's super and localizing, but being a little bit more into the non-tech savvy people.
I
It's
see.
now it's not tech savvy at all. At the same time, it's not for non-tech savvy because they need to understand hosting, understand domains,
True.
understand
True.
these basic stuff. The non-tech people, they'll say these are geeky things. We don't know want to work with this. But
I
yeah,
understand.
WordPress should pay more attention into these areas just for non-tech people to understand how things work. And I think it will still prominent and dominant in the CMS areas for more than 5 years.
I think that's very, very crucial. I totally agree. I was speaking with somebody else the other day. Actually, I don't remember who exactly, because he also shares the
Okay.
same haircut as you and I, Robert Abela from Mailer Press. And he brought about a topic that AI is like electricity, and it really resonated with me. And I'll explain why. 150
Okay.
years ago, electricity was invented. When electricity was invented, it opened up a million doors, fans, bulbs, electric cars nowadays,
Cars.
computers, everything, everything. Yes,
Okay.
it is still opening millions and millions of doors. Smart watches, you name it. Similarly, AI, 3 years, in just 3 years, has opened up tens of millions of doors, tens of millions.
Indeed. Indeed.
It
Can you
is
imagine
just
that?
like,
Yeah,
think about
whenever I
what is going to
think,
happen in
uh,
15, not 150, 15 years.
whenever, can you imagine how many tools were built
Yeah,
in the past 2 years just based on ChatGPT itself? I can
I
count
can't.
hundred,
I can't even keep up with
hundreds.
ChatGPT evolution. It's
Exactly. I
unbelievable.
mean, not competitors ChatGPT, only the tools that were built as an
Off,
API
off.
with ChatGPT. For
True,
example,
true.
I'm not promoting it, but I love this tool. We use for technical support, we use DocSpot.ai. It's a very
Hmm.
nice tool. It will read your resources, whether it was a URLs list, documentation, Zendesk tickets, blog post. It will understand your plugins and it will work as a chatbot API, chatbot
Unbelievable.
AI tool. What does it do? It takes all your resources, talks to ChatGPT, and come back. Okay.
I know.
Technically speaking, it's very
Unbelievable.
basic. It's
It's
very
your
basic
lawyer.
in the terms of
ChatGPT is your
exactly.
lawyer, your doctor. It can read your medical reports. It can give you
Indeed.
consultation and advice as an accountant, astrologer,
Indeed.
you name it.
Marketer. It's your marketer. We do. Yeah.
I
So
know.
yeah, I was thinking, can you imagine that the current version of LLMs have
Yeah.
been there for a long time. Oh, not
Yes.
2.5, but the first version of ChatGPT, we just saw it 2.5 years ago. That's
Hmm.
very recent. So the
I
whole
know.
industry is shifting, it's revolving, it's evolving around just 2.5 years. So what would happen and the growth is exponential. It's not linear at all in the amount of tools and the capabilities. So in 2.5 years, another 2.5 from now, where we will be, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to shake your hand virtually and just I might be able to touch it over
I
there.
know, I know. It is, we are not too far from any and all kinds of that dreams and imagination. It doesn't seem impossible anymore, to be very fair.
Yeah.
I think so. So you mentioned you use DocSpot, like, so what are the SaaS tools do you use in your company for ticketing or troubleshooting or
Yeah.
team collaboration?
Yeah.
What's your company? What do you
Yeah,
use?
for our text, all our plugins are hosted on GitHub for the free and pro
Okay.
version. For
Okay.
communication, we use Zoho Click.
Okay.
It's for
Okay.
instant messaging, and
Mm.
for ticketing, we are on Zendesk. Okay,
Zendesk.
it has been
Okay.
like the case for like maybe more than 10 years, and we are sticking to
Happy
it.
with that. Yeah.
Last thing, yeah, it works. It just works. Okay, I know many other plugins they offer much more feature, but at least it currently works. It serves our need. And for example, mainly what was it? Yeah, for the chatbot, we are relying on Docspot.ai. That's mainly
Amazing.
our. What other tools do we use? One second, let me check.
I think that's
Just
about
taking
it.
a look
G Suite,
on.
Gmail maybe, G Suite, or
No,
Zoho
we're
Mail.
on Zoho as well. Yeah,
Zoho Mail.
I love Zoho.
Got it.
Yeah. Mainly Zoho. And yeah, I think these are mostly most the
But I'm
main tech
but I'm
stack that we
pretty
use.
impressed that you're able to manage in such perfection with such a lean team. I wish we could do that, but our business model is completely different with services. But
Yeah,
somebody's got to build websites, somebody's got to do troubleshooting. So we have to
yeah.
exist
It's not
and
too
grow
well.
also.
Actually, we took a decision recently to shut down 20 plugins. Okay, the not used plugins at all. We haven't made maybe a single sale, or
Mm,
maybe I think the last 20 plugins of our list, they make less than 1 or 2% of our whole revenue. So
I
we
see.
decided to shut them down.
Focus and
Uh,
focus on the other ones.
Focus, yeah. So with the total number of plugins that we got from Extend, and we will stay around the same number, 60, but we are shifting focus from the past 20, the last 20 on our list into more profitable or potential plugins to work on.
Amazing. We're just coming up with time, so I have just a couple of personal questions. You're in Jordan, you
Go.
mentioned. It's one of my dream destinations, so I know who to call next time when I come to Jordan, and
You have a driver, you have a host, and you have what they call it, the one who
thank
takes
you.
you to the. Yeah,
Thank you for
I
thank
love.
you for
Yeah,
s- thank you for saying that. But
welcome.
and what do you enjoy on Netflix or podcast wise? What's your favorite show, etc.? What do you
Uh,
watch?
no, but I don't know. Being in this industry for the past 2 years, it took my life out of. It's a bit uh, sad but true. I used to watch a lot of movies and series in the past maybe 3, 4, 5 years, but currently for maybe the past 1 year, I'm mainly on documentaries when I have time, but I'm not back into movies and series again.
That's fine. And one fun question, which I always ask everybody: $100 million in your bank tomorrow, no questions asked. What will you do tomorrow? No questions
Wow,
asked. 100 million
a
only.
hun- 100 million. Wow, interesting. I'll build the next WordPress. I might
I
build.
love that. I
I
love
might
it.
build the next WordPress.
I
Have
love
you
this
heard?
answer.
Okay, one second. Have you seen what the guys behind WP Managed Ninja is doing?
No, no, please enlighten me. What is it?
Okay, you know the WP Managed Ninja? They are
Yeah, of
behind
course. Yeah,
Fluent
I
CRM and
haven't
stuff.
looked into it for a long time though, but I will now. I'm
But
curious.
yeah, 1 month ago they announced they are building Sure carts. Sorry, Fluent carts, and they are
Okay.
competing with WooCommerce.
Okay. So WooCommerce
They are
competitors, yes,
building a
they're there. There's one from
yeah. So
Brainstorm Force from called Shortcut also, the team behind Astra and Spectra as well. They're also doing it.
yes,
Yes.
they have done Sure carts, and these they are
Hmm.
doing Fluent carts, which is like the easy digital download, but also for physical goods. They are
Okay,
managed with
okay.
subscription. So that's a big shift in the industry. So I don't know. Mentioning if you have $100 million, yeah, I would go that wild.
I think that's the right move. I'll tell you why, because who knows what happens in 5, 10, 15 years, even though we are all bullish on WordPress, and I know WordPress is going to become 50, 60% of the internet also. It's not going to go anywhere. But still,
Indeed.
Framer is there. Have you looked into Framer or Dora? Unbelievable technologies to build websites for
Yeah.
$10, $20
Yeah.
a month. Wix is there. Squarespace is growing. They're all growing. Everybody is existing and coexisting. Now, Figma sites. I looked into Figma sites the other day just to see how bad or good it is. It's incredible. It's unbelievable how
It's
good it
amazing.
is. Because
Yeah, indeed.
yeah, so I don't know. Like it's becoming near impossible to catch up. And I think all of our viewers will agree that it's becoming near impossible to catch up with AI. So maybe just choose what you want to really adapt and involve and just focus on that. Probably, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I fully agree. The options are almost unlimited. And for this particular mentioning the WP Manager Ninja, I think this is healthier for the ecosystem because
Yes.
in the e-commerce side, e-commerce tools inside WordPress, we have a few, like two or three, and WooCommerce is taking the vast majority, maybe 90%. I don't know the number.
Mm,
But I mean, easy digital downloads, WooCommerce, and we have now SureCarts, and we might have, we will see Fluent Carts very soon. This is healthier for the WordPress itself. That once
hmm.
you go WordPress, you have several options to build your own e-commerce store there. It's not fixed and set in stone that you must use WooCommerce.
I agree.
Maybe they will open later on an ecosystem for the plugins creator or built on Fluent Carts. So it might open
All
another possibilities
all I
for
know
users.
is all I know is, and look into this example which I told you about the 300, 400 UK stores, which Shopify, you will be shocked.
But
Some company, somebody needs to make things super easy so that is one click
exactly,
launch. I think that is the
indeed,
only thing pending when it comes to the WooCommerce era. Anyways, we can go on and on because on this, there's no
indeed.
end to this. But I'm glad that I met you. Thank you so much for your
The
time and being
pleasure
on
is
my
mine,
show.
Captain.
And I hope to catch you at a WordCamp or Jordan or UK somewhere
You
sometime
have
very
my
soon.
word.
Thank
Whichever
you.
comes sooner, I'll meet you. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
bro.
much.